You said something that was really important that I think, and that's like, we lose this ability. And when, because I know you talk about this idea around the zoo human syndrome, it makes sense to me. And I just want to know, like, if you could maybe explain it to people who've never heard of this before, but also to explain how and when it's happening to us.
It can be a little hard to hear, like, what do you mean being a zoo human? We could also say a farm human, basically. It's the idea, and it's a little harsh, and I think it applies to everyone, including me, obviously. We live a modern lifestyle. There's a lot of conveniences in it, and also through a lot of technologies, devices, and they're very convenient. Again, artificial lights, electricity, things that are done for us, so we don't have to invest our time and our physical energy into doing tasks that can be done for us. So we have a lot of comfort. The problem is that comfort is so all the time and everywhere that ultimately it becomes very uncomfortable. Means it also backfires at us, biologically speaking, because it affects our biological health. And because it affects our biological health, for instance, the disruption of circadian rhythm to begin with, the lack of movement and the poverty of the movement that we do in a day. Mostly people just walk a few steps and sit the rest of the time. So there's not a lot of intensity, not a lot of variety, not a lot of activity, physically speaking. Eating food that is extremely processed, being surrounded by so many chemicals that we ingest, drink, inhale, put on our face, put on our heads, it's always all the time. And all these molecules end up disrupting our biology from within. Okay, so once we understand this, because some people still do not realize that, some people still think, oh, all of this is normal. But it's not. When we start to question all these conventions, what I call the normalcy, and normalcy being a silent killer, basically, we start to question all of that. I needed a metaphor to basically describe in a simple way how bad it is. And the point is not to return to nature fully, but it's to find ways to mitigate the negative impact of all of that on ourselves, on our biological health, mental health, emotional health, even our spiritual health, as a matter of fact.